Pokemon, Kaiju, Dragon Ball, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews. Hello there, collectors, it is Steven here, and welcome back to another video where we talk about everything that has been happening in the Kaiju figure universe, because just recently, it ended this weekend, we had New York Toy Fair 2019, and we are rounding the corner into merch season for Godzilla, King of the Monsters. So obviously, we got a lot to talk about, right? Oh yeah, this time I'm not being sarcastic. So we have a ton of new merchandise to talk about and maybe some stuff you missed if you haven't been keeping up with all the news. We've got stuff from Mezco, Jakks Pacific, Diamond Select Toys, Bandai America, SH MonsterArts, or Tamashii Nations to be exactly correct on that, and of course we have NECA. And boy, we got a bit to talk about when it comes to NECA. Now we got to talk about the sources real quick before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video. A lot of you folks are going to be asking the sources for the information and for the pictures. When it comes to the information, a lot of it has been either well-known information from the manufacturers or information from the manufacturers that have been delivered in press blurbs over this past weekend. And some of it has just been coming out of the show floor from a couple of attendees at Toy Fair. When it comes to the pictures, we have a little bit of an issue here as well. You see, folks, some of the pictures have just been downloaded and re-uploaded by various news accounts trying to take credit for themselves. So I don't feel comfortable citing those sources. However, what I can do is I can cite 3 of them comfortably for you. One being ULTRAZILLA Toys. Thank you so much for always being the MVP whenever I make these videos and providing those pictures to everyone who's going to view them. You are the man. His channel should be popping up in a card if I am able to remember that after I upload this to YouTube. If not, it'll be in the link in the description down below. And then one Gary Esposito, who was able to provide a set of awesome pictures for what Bandai America will be releasing for Godzilla Earth. You heard me right. There's also going to be another account, which don't worry, you're going to be able to figure out which one that is thanks to a couple of watermarks. Has something to do with Jurassic. No, not that other account you're probably thinking of that has been well known to plaster their watermark everywhere when it's not 100% exclusive made content from themselves. Yeah, nope, not them. Don't worry about them. Alright, so let's kick this off and hit the ground running with something you folks have already seen before, but just a small update for you. First and foremost, Mezco. They are bringing their, well, 7-inch or so King Kong figure up to the 18-inch size, and they have already shown this before. It looks like it is still on track to be released sometime this summer. So for this one, am I going to be getting it? I don't know. Do we know a price yet? Not to my knowledge. Articulation looks somewhere to be about the same. It's pretty cool. I know some of you folks are definitely interested in this one, so here's a nice picture for you, along with the placard. Will I be getting it? Again, I don't know, but I did review the small one. I did get the black and white one, so maybe I should just go ahead and get the trio. I don't know. Cruising right along, we do have the Jakks Pacific stuff, where we see once again they are releasing that ginormous Godzilla 2014 figure, and they're going to rebrand it for the King of the Monsters movie with new packaging. This is something that we have already seen in the leaked promotional pictures from about a month or so back, so you know, nothing completely new here. We also did get a couple of really cool shots here where Jakks Pacific decided that they were going to take some of those boxed figures and put them in neat little dioramas. To be honest with you, that is pretty cool. For those of you unfamiliar with what they're doing 3 battle packs with one Godzilla figure and one of the other kaiju in the movie. I do believe it is going to be Rodan and a normal Godzilla. It's going to be King Ghidorah and a Spitfire Godzilla. And then it's going to be, spoilers, kind of, Mothra and a, here we go, Burning Godzilla. So that's going to be the combination. There's also going to be a 6-inch scale Rodan released alongside, I believe it's going to be a vehicle and a destroyed building set, and then there's going to be a 6-inch King Ghidorah with a building set and a vehicle as well. Nothing over the top there in terms of the building and the vehicle set, just something relatively small, though the King Ghidorah may play a part into what NECA may or may not be doing. Note, there is no 6-inch Mothra from Jakks Pacific. To complement some of the other Mega figures released by Leonard, I'm guessing anyway, that's sort of the intent, Jakks Pacific is also doing a 12-inch tall Godzilla figure. Not that super ginormous Godzilla figure that they're releasing, they're doing another one as well. So that's pretty cool. Now, will I be getting these? I would absolutely love to, but it depends on my budget at the time. I don't know, maybe one of you guys can go ahead and email Jakks Pacific along with me. Maybe it's media@jakks.net. I don't know, maybe that's it. You can make a request, but I am definitely interested in these guys. You ready for SH MonsterArts? Because Bandai really didn't bring anything new to the table here. Nope, no new reveals. Just basically the same old that we know and love, and we have already seen 2 of the 4 figures up for pre-order already. They brought King Ghidorah and Godzilla 2019 alongside Rodan and Mothra. No new pre-order information, no new hints at accessories for Rodan and Mothra. To be quite frank with you, kind of boring. But for attendees and retailers who are thinking about picking these up, hey, good for you. You know what, speaking of Bandai, I think this might be a good time to talk about Bandai America. Not creations, kids. That's going to be a topic for another video. Anyway, Bandai America is actually sort of re-entering the Godzilla game in a unique way. They are not going to be doing original stuff this time around. Mostly. Let's get to that in a second. What they are going to be doing, though, is they're going to be bringing out some plush. Yeah, some plushes. Cool, I guess. I mean, yeah, some people get them. I don't know if these are original or not, but that's not what I'm talking about, because we all really want figures, right? Well, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be bringing over those 3.5-inch or so, I believe they're Shokugan candy toys. Yeah, they're marketing them as 3.5-inch vinyl figures. We have the second form of Shin. We have Godzilla Earth back there, and Kiryu. That's pretty cool. You know what would be a lot cooler, though? You remember that really awkward candy toy Godzilla Earth that was as big as me? And it came with that baby Godzilla Phileas? Yup, they're doing that. They're bringing it over stateside, and they're marketing it as a Mega Godzilla. That's right, a 50-centimeter tall Godzilla being available in the domestic market for the United States of America may very well be happening. The reason why I say may very well, because, well, first and foremost, everything that's shown off at Toy Fair is meant to be solicited to retailers. Whether or not there's a chance it may be picked up at retail exclusives for specific retailers, or it's meant to see a mass market release. So there's a chance that this could be through one exclusive avenue or through multiples. Now, that being said, there are plenty of figures which have been shown at Toy Fair, whether or not they are unique exclusive sculpts that have never been seen before and have only been made by one company and not a simple import from one company from a sister company, let's just say, okay? And they've never been seen again. So, them showing this does not guarantee that it will be brought to market in the United States. It just simply means they're going to try to do it in some capacity. Now you might be thinking to yourself, it's really cool that there's a company working with some of the older Godzilla designs and some of the older Godzilla kaiju, but that's all old product. I may very well have that. So is there any company that is maybe making new product for older kaiju? Well, guess what? Yes, there is. Diamond Select Toys is actually bringing in some new product for old kaiju, which you may just be a fan of. Why is that? Well, they have this line called Vinimates, I don't know, tomato, potato. Yeah. Anyway, they kind of remind me of the Tokyo Vinyl stuff that Bandai America did some years back, and so far they have showed Godzilla 1999, Mechagodzilla, Showa era, and Godzilla 1954. That's actually pretty cool. Now, not everyone was really warm to Tokyo Vinyl, but they were able to actually make some new stuff for some classic kaiju. That's pretty cool. You know what else is cool? Diamond Select is known for making these gallery statues, which are characters in these unique fighting poses or action poses with a diorama around them. Godzilla and King Ghidorah are both getting them. Now, I've heard some conflicting things about these two. Originally, I've heard they were a $50 price tag. Then I heard they're getting bumped up to $70. I don't know. Either way, Zach, buddy, I want to take a look at these. I'm really liking these in terms of detail. I think these have the potential to explode in the market, and we really could get some really cool ones. Space Godzilla with a ton of crystals, Biollante popping up out of the ground, maybe Anguirus emerging out of the ground. Who knows? Maybe we could get Gigan flying through space. Possibilities are endless here. So lots of cool chances to get something really neat here that we may not see in other lines. So Diamond Select Toys is really hitting the market hard with a product they may have struck oil with, so to speak, and they may keep making product which could be really, really cool with your support. Awesome. All right, fine. I'll get to the part that you wanted to watch from the beginning. We're going to talk about NECA here, okay? Well, NECA finally revealed their King of the Monsters lineup with 4 figures, despite the fact that Randy said they weren't doing Rodan and King Ghidorah. That pesky Randy. Well, they finally released all the promotional pictures for the Godzilla and the Mothra that they solicited about a month or two back, and they look good. Very, very good. Godzilla, yeah, they said that they were using the CGI files, but the dorsal plates, they are off a bit, and if you really look close, you can definitely see a little too big. The curves don't match up, so there's a specific couple of users out there who have been really getting at me about that, so yeah, they're not quite accurate, but still, Godzilla does look really good. Already pre-ordered. Mothra comes with the larva. That's awesome. To my knowledge, wasn't on display at Toy Fair, but still, looks really good. Then, at Toy Fair, they displayed Rodan and Godzilla version 2. What? Ghidorah? Okay. So I get it. What they're doing is they're going to have Godzilla and an opposing kaiju, kind of like Jakks Pacific. All right, so that's what they're doing here. Okay, so Rodan and Godzilla V2 will be coming out in Q3 of this year. So that's great. Right after the movie comes out, we got enough breathing room for after we just made these $40, $45 purchases for the first 2 kaiju that they released. So good, we get a little bit of breathing room for our wallet, recoup the funds, and buy some more. Now these 2, they look really good. I do think they really nailed the Spitfire look for this new Godzilla. He comes with a beam with an explosion effect at the end. Really harkens back to the MonsterArts effect set that had the explosion at the end. Doesn't look as nice, but then again, the price is completely different here, and we get a full Godzilla figure with the beam effect and the explosion. Great. Rodan. Not only does it look great with what appear to be translucent wings, at least near the tips, but like Mothra, which I did not mention this, my fault, it comes with a cocoon base. Rodan actually comes with what looks to be a research facility exploding as a flight base. That is so cool. Both estimated to be around that $22.99 price tag. So that is great. NECA hit the ground running with these first 4 figures for King of the Monsters. Amazing. This is fantastic. So that means that King Ghidorah is going to be coming later, and it's going to round off the roster completely nice, and everyone's going to go home happy, right? Nope. NECA's not doing King Ghidorah. Yep. So right after the reveal, everyone thought, okay, they're holding on to it. Or maybe it's going to be a GMK Godzilla situation where they'll just go ahead and reveal it later. Or maybe there was licensing blocking. Nope. Some folks took to Twitter and asked Randy, "Are you going to reveal it at Toy Fair?" He said, "Nope, not in the plans." And everyone's like, "Oh, okay, so that just means, because Randy likes to play with words, that they're just not revealing it at Toy Fair." And someone came out and directly asked, "Are you making King Ghidorah?" There's the response. So if you take a look around and you take a look at some interviews, Randy either completely glances over King Ghidorah and doesn't even go into that territory. And then there's apparently another interview with the rep where they say, in order to make King Ghidorah and get it on the market, it would have to be somewhere between the $120 to $150 price tag. And they don't feel it would sell at that price. Now, I don't know if I believe that. I mean, it's not like people who spend $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 on vinyl that has glitter injected in it to make the shape of burning Godzilla would, not spend $120 on the newest King Ghidorah design, or one of the old MonsterArts Ghidorah going for nearly $600. Get the new NECA one, or a concept Godzilla that's literally never been in any media ever, except one book, maybe, in the background, going for $300. And they think that the newest King Ghidorah wouldn't sell. Now, like I said before, Randy really tries to be cute with the way that he responds to questions. Sometimes he will only respond to part of the question, or something will be phrased in a way which is very specific. For an example, with the movie Turtles, the only way you will be able to get the Turtles in this box set will be at SDCC. It is not that the only way you will get the Turtles is at SDCC. See what happened there, kids? Yeah. So, is he sort of playing the waiting game where he's saying no, and then it comes out later? Maybe. Here are the scenarios that I have kind of come up with to explain maybe what's going on here. First and foremost, NECA simply isn't doing it because there is some licensing issue that is happening. Note, NECA is doing a 6-inch scale Mothra. Jakks is not. Jakks is doing a 6-inch scale King Ghidorah. Admittedly, it isn't in proper scale, but NECA is not. Was there some sort of trade deal involved there? I don't know. It could also be legitimate. For some reason, they think that King Ghidorah won't sell, despite the fact that all of the market has shown, yes, people will pay that much for King Ghidorah. Even if it's a 15-year-old who has to mow lawns to save up $300 to buy his first base over a summer. It's not that hard for a 15-year-old to do. Not at all. The second scenario is they simply want to see whether or not the movie and or the figures perform well, the ones that they already have planned, because if they're going to invest the money in the molds and the tooling and so on and so forth, then they want to make sure they're going to get a good return on investment, so this way, hey, that was actually justified, because they know that it will actually sell. But if they don't have the core cast, that does not sell, or if the movie bombs, then that's a pretty big loss on there. However, I'm seeing that this has already begun to hurt NECA, regardless of what their reasoning is. Because I'm seeing people who are already disregarding everything that NECA is going to be making for the King of the Monster stuff and already jumping ship to the SH MonsterArts line, because there will be a complete cast, at least at some point, for all of the main kaiju, which will be in the movie, despite the fact that Randy said they were going to do everything and more. Yes, he did say that. There's also the fact that people are going to stick to their guns and they're going to pre-order everything that was shown at Toy Fair, with the one exception that they are going to pre-order the MonsterArts King Ghidorah, that at MSRP is $180. So what this means is, if NECA is trying to do something where they're trying to do a publicity stunt where maybe you know, in 2, 3, 4 months, they decide, oh, hey, you know what? Here's actually a King Ghidorah prototype that's going to cost $150 after people have locked in a fully paid pre-order, or hell, after it shows up to their door. The MonsterArts shows up to their door. Do you really think those people who they're afraid of not being able to afford or willing to purchase that $150 NECA King Ghidorah will double dip and get the NECA on top of the MonsterArts? It's kind of like, if you're gonna do it, and right now you're kind of lukewarm on it, don't respond to them. It makes no sense. Just don't. Trust me. You've ignored plenty of tweets. I would know. Anyway, that's enough on that. NECA is committed to at least 4 figures from the new King of the Monsters movie, and that is it at the time of this video. So all in all, Toy Fair 2019. What score do I give it? A. This was a really good showing overall for kaiju fans, and realistically speaking, aside from the diamond deal with X Plus going south, which, by the way, if you didn't know, they now have opened a US web shop, so this way, if you want to order a Rick exclusive, you can go right to them and you can order great to you. We pretty much got all of our bases covered. We got more pictures from people who were there for the SH MonsterArts line. We did get more NECA kaiju, which is great. Mezco is still committed to bringing that big Kong to market, so if you want to get a big King Kong figure to go with one of your Godzillas that you have right now, if you don't want the Star Ace, because I have a feeling the Mezco will be cheaper, congrats, you're going to have something. Diamond Select, I don't think I mentioned them yet at this point of the video. They're throwing their hat back in the ring. And Bandai America, even if it's stuff that's already been out for anywhere from a year to 2 years, they're coming back to the market in some way, shape, or form. And they are going to continue bringing Godzilla merch. So it's great. All of the companies who should be involved are involved in one way or another in the North American market, and I think everyone deserves to be happy about that one way or another. So great. G-Fest is going to be amazing. I'm going to be there. Lots of stuff in the dealer's room. Make sure you do your research before you buy anything. Okay? Okay. Well, this video has gone on plenty long enough. Again, thank you so much to ULTRAZILLA Gary, Jurassic Collectibles. I'm hoping I'm saying that right, because I'm just recording this and then I'm going to edit it. Now, if I catch anything, of course, it'll be in the description. Thank you so much to everyone who has made this video possible. Thank you to you, the viewers. Thanks to everyone on Instagram, Twitter, my Discord, Facebook, everywhere who has helped make this channel get to where it's at and who have been watching this video. So here's my question to you, the person who is watching this right now. What was the figure that made this toy fair so awesome for you? For me, I had a couple. I am really looking forward to the big Godzilla Earth, which is going to be marketed apparently as Mega Godzilla. I'm looking forward to the Godzilla Gallery figures. I think those will be awesome, and believe it or not, all of the NECA Godzilla King of the Monsters figures, I think those will be really cool. And of course it goes, notwithstanding that I love the MonsterArts, but those weren't new. Those were not new. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please give the video a nice big old thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. And again, comment down below so much, because I love hearing from you. Thank you to all of my patrons who make these videos possible. You have really helped out the channel. Saber Prime, thank you so much for being a gold patron for so long, actually above and beyond that. And now here is the end card, so this way you can check out more STR content and maybe check out some other links to help out the channel. Thank you guys so much again, and I'll catch ya in the next video.